a little girl accidentally tripped and fell in front of the imperial concubine. The 6-month pregnant concubine was startled, but instead of helping the girl, she harbored malicious intent and cruelly killed the little girl, then submerged her body in a cold water tank. When the girl's mother arrived, her daughter was already lifeless. Devastated and heartbroken, the mother was determined to uncover the truth and find the murderer. She kneeled in front of the magistrate's office, begging the county magistrate to bring justice for her daughter. But when the magistrate came out, he coldly told her that he couldn't handle the case because the one who killed the girl was the emperor's concubine, and the concubine's power was untouchable. It would be nearly impossible to bring her down. In despair, the mother decided to take revenge herself. She used all her savings and asked the courtesan at the brothel to teach her the art of seduction. Seeing the potential in her, the courtesan agreed to help. From then on, the woman diligently trained under the courtesan's guidance. 3 months later, she had mastered all the seductive techniques. She then took the recruitment notice issued by the concubine and prepared to enter the palace to seek revenge. After several rounds of selection, only 4 women remained. They each had to undergo a test by the young prince. Each one had to choose an item. Only the woman who selected the item that matched the young prince's taste would be allowed to stay. The first woman chose an axe. The concubine thought it represented military power and immediately had her beheaded. The second woman chose a cauldron. The concubine thought it symbolized cooking, so she too was beheaded. Finally, only the last woman remained. The young prince pointed at a deer. The concubine thought it symbolized food and prepared to have her executed as well. But the woman quickly explained that the deer symbolized hunting for supremacy. It meant the young prince had the bearing of an emperor and would surely ascend to the throne. The concubine, now suspicious, asked how old the woman's child was. The woman replied that her daughter was 8 years old. The concubine became furious. She questioned how the woman could still have milk for such an old child. She then closely examined the woman's appearance, noticing that although she wore no makeup, she still had an alluring charm. The woman lied, saying that her blood was naturally abundant and she still had milk because of it. The concubine didn't believe her and demanded the woman bring her child to show her. The woman calmly responded that her daughter had passed away. The concubine was enraged. She slapped the woman and cursed her for daring to feed her child with something from a dead one. The woman hurriedly tried to explain that the milk was clean, but the concubine wouldn't listen and was about to strike her again. At that moment, the emperor's voice suddenly echoed through the room. He had heard a child crying and ordered the woman to nurse immediately. As the woman lifted her garment to nurse, the emperor was instantly captivated by her figure.